Man, I'm a sucker for small details. I don't think I've made that very apparent up until now, but it's true. The reason why I bring this up is because if you listen closely to the current theme song of the main menu, it's changed a little bit. It's most likely because we're advancing throughout the story that more instruments are being added into the song, remixing it a little bit as we continue through the game. Also, we see that the guru is now being displayed in these main menu portraits. Once again, a little detail that I really like that they went out of the way to implement. I think the same thing happened with Slide 2, come to think of it, because I do remember the theme song before playing Episode 1 up until before playing Episode 8 in the main menu did change a lot as you played throughout that game too. I guess that's kind of a tradition that they kept going with, and I'm glad they did. It's a really cool touch. Anyways, greetings all, it's Blue Knight, and welcome back to Slide 3, Honor Among Thieves. Previously, we wrapped up our time in Australia when we finished Episode 2, Rumble Down Under, where we purified the outback of all the miners and saw a surprise appearance from Carmelita as I ended up taking the piss out of the main operation. I'm not gonna lie about that. But we did preserve the land of Australia, and as a result, the Guru Murray's Master is now an official member of the gang, which means he'll be tagging along with our adventures going forward. Today, we're gonna start one of my favorite episodes of the game, Flight of Fancy. I'm really excited to start this one for a lot of reasons, but we'll get to that as we continue, or as we start our time throughout this next episode.
Bentley was obsessed. Every night he'd pore over the blueprints to Dr. M's fortress, looking for a way to get into the Cooper vault. He soon came to the conclusion that there was no way inside unless the gang picked up a dedicated RC specialist. An expert who had mechanical and piloting skills far exceeding his own. After weeks of searching techie chat rooms, he finally found someone who could keep up with him intellectually. A gearhead genius out of Holland named Penelope. She politely declined our invitation to join the team, saying she only works for the best. Apparently, her idea of the best was her boss, the Black Baron, a big-time dogfighting champ up there in Holland. He's so good that he's even set up an international competition called Aces to attract worthy opponents. A few days later, she sent us a counteroffer. If our gang could manage to beat the Black Baron at his own game, then she'd know we weren't just a pack of jokers, and therefore, worth her time. So, we got busy. With no time to lose, Bentley and Murray worked to put a plane together, while I got my pilot license the fastest way possible. We'd proved to this Penelope that the Cooper gang was up for the challenge, even if we were making it all up as we went along.
So basically, Bentley and this Penelope character are doing what probably a lot of people are doing on the internet for the longest time. It's about lying about their true selves and uploading Photoshop images of who they really are. That's pretty much what we saw in that cutscene. Also, Carmelita has managed to tail us once again and now she's gonna be a prominent figure in the Holland level. Since she was presented in this cutscene, she is gonna be a hazard, a hazardous guard you'll have to look out for on the field. So be sure to keep that in mind whenever you do get the chance to go and explore this level. And this is strangely the last cutscene in the game where we see the Cooper gang find a safe house. They never do this kind of thing again going forward. I don't know why. Maybe they got sick of making those, or did they just forget? I'm not sure why. I kind of like those cutscenes introducing how the level looks like and what you have to look out for. It's really sad this is the last time we'll get to see any sort of that throughout this game. So, with that being said, we'll get to pick Sly and start our usual reconnaissance. But things are going to be going a little different this time. You'll see what I mean in a few moments.
If we're gonna succeed in this year's Aces competition, we'll need to learn who we're flying against.
What? They keep the flight roster a secret?
Correct. In years past, competitors would go out at night and sabotage each other's planes in preparation for the next day's dogfight.
I get it. So now they keep the lineup a secret, and no one knows who to mess with.
Precisely. Looks like you're a good pilot, but we've only got one plane, and you'll be up there against dozens of bogeys.
You know, normally I'd make some sarcastic remark about how overwhelmed I am by your confidence in me. But those are some grim odds. And, well, you know, I'm always up for some sabotage.
Glad to hear it. Now, the roster is kept secret from the pilots, but not from the event staff.
Do we have a mole on the inside?
Our friend, Dimitri, has been hired to give color commentary during the dogfights. He'll know where the roster's hidden. Scout him out somewhere in the hotel lobby, but be careful. If you start a fight with the other pilots, we'll be kicked out of the competition.
Sure, we all play nice until tomorrow. Then we blow each other to bits at 300 feet.
Contrary to what Bentley says, you cannot engage a fight with any of the other pilots here. Apparently you can exit this job, though. I'm not sure why you would use this door because, well, we're kind of trapped in here as it is. There's no way to get outside. At least, not yet. Though I have no idea why they place this here. Like, this is not a hazardous part of the job at all. Why would you have an option to exit? That's just really strange. Maybe they feel like someone's gonna be too intimidated about the look of this place and decide they don't want to take part in it? I have no idea. I never noticed that before, come to think of it. I never realized I was there. That's just really, really weird. Okay, so despite being thrown off of that, you might think in a big place like this, you might not be able to find Dimitri. It's actually really easy. Just jump over this railing and look to your right, and there he is. It's not that hard at all. It's right under your nose. That's probably the intent they were going for, and if it was, that's a clever part of the developers' effort to keep Dimitri pretty close to your location.
Dimitri, funny seeing you here. Never pegged you as a flyboy.
Like a dance floor with many lights, I have many profiles. Dig, don't even try to understand the silky enigma of Dimitri.
Bentley seemed to think you might have a copy of the Aces flight lineup. That true?
And why should I talk to a 2-bit Rudy Boot crackerbox like you? Question mark in bold. Why?
I don't know why. The way he always says question mark in bold. Why? That's always been funny to me. I just love Dimitri's mannerism so much. Looks like I'll need to intimidate him a little. So just like back in Venice, we're in this thought bubble segment with Dimitri as our objective, I suppose. I believe I know what the right answer is here, but I'm gonna try to get some of the incorrect answers first. I think circle might be one of them.
You might want to think about talking, pal. I could always rat you out to the Black Baron, then you'd be out of a job.
I'd have no job and you'd have not a flight lineup. Go ahead, blow that whistle. I'll be seeing you in the loser's hot dog banquet.
Okay, that's what I thought. Now for the other one. I think threatened violence might be the other bad answer.
Listen, pal, we both know who will win in a fight between the two of us. I'm not looking to start something here, but you know I'll finish it.
True that, Raccoon. In the mano a mano, you win. But look around, you soft sock. It's a supersized aviator blowout. Start the fight in hotel, and disqualification will be yours. You want that, Jack?
Okay, I'm pretty sure I was confident about that, so let's use a logical argument. Logic against Dimitri, I wouldn't think would work that much, but at this point we have no other choice.
We both know you're gonna tell me. You wouldn't have bothered showing up if you didn't want to talk, so spill it.
I know, but to talk is like sitting on an electric chair. The Baron has eyes and ears and fists. Dimitri will be discovered, and the jig is pinched.
Okay, we may have over-intimidated him a little too much. This guy's paranoid. Looks like I need to calm him down a little. So to do that, we can compliment him, swear to keep it all secret, or promise to protect him. Let's try offering protection first. That might be one of the incorrect answers to my memory.
If you talk, me and the gang will protect you. We're all in this together. You can count on us. You know our reputation.
That Baron is a big wheel. He'll roll all over us. Too many men he commands. We can't stop them. Too many to count.
Man, this guy's a lot more paranoid than I thought. I didn't think he'd be like the high-strung guy, but then again, considering how he looks in game, that shouldn't be surprising. Let's try to keep it all secret. After all, that is what the Cooper gang can do best, at least one of the things.
You talk and the secret stays between us. I am a thief after all. Keeping things quiet is what I do best.
Trust a band of thieves? Do I look chumpy to you? Your promises will be cold comfort when I'm pushing up the daisies with concrete overshoes.
Alright, I figured that was the wrong one, but Dimitri, as usual, always sounds pretty hilarious. So let's try complimenting him. This might actually make sense given Dimitri's character.
Come on now, Dimitri. A man like you can deal with this Black Baron. You've got the best fashion sense of anyone I know.
The fashion? Style? You're right. If I cannot dress him, I can certainly outsmart him. All is told through clothes. Okay, I'll talk a flight lineup if you agree to owe Dimitri a favor, which I'll collect in a few months of time.
A favor?
This no small time favor like, will you water my fish or feed my plant? No way, bro! This old school mafia blood pack favor, like movies, big time.
This guy's a real nut job. Not sure I want to owe him. Well, we can agree. We could also refuse or offer a bribe. I think Dimitri's kind of the more negotiation type, if given the right material to negotiate with. Let's try doing that, to offer him a bribe.
Would a few coins maybe change your mind? I find it's a lot easier to talk when I'm rich.
Bribe money? Le bling? Cash won't help me get done what needs getting done. I need gang of thieves, not Federal Reserve.
Okay. Didn't think I'd hear Dimitri comparison to, what, the FBI? Is that what he pretty much said? I'm gonna refuse this time, see how that goes.
No dice. I'm not in the habit of racking up debts, and I don't plan on starting now.
No dice, no debt, no aces flight lineup. The choice is yours. Take debt and take flight roster. Otherwise, take away nothing.
Well, once again, we have to cave in as much as you probably don't want to. We gotta agree to the favor and remember to owe Dimitri in whenever he wants to collect his favor.
Okay, Dimitri. Hook me up with a flight roster, and we'll owe you one.
Done! The bargain she has struck. To find flight roster, look behind one of the tacky paintings in Black Baron's air hangar. It's hidden in secret safe.
Art decryption lock, huh? I know just the guy for the job.
Stand cool. Here comes Big Cheese.
I I bid you all a most flamboyant welcome, my esteemed comrades of the skies. Welcome, welcome to another year of the Aces competition. We've got teams here from across the globe. Canada, Belgium, Ecuador, Iceland, Korea, and many, many more. Not the least of which is last year's deadly runner-up, Team Mugshot. This time we're gonna drill you jokers full of holes. Now, we all know that in years past, some teams have engaged in a little good-natured late-night hijinks. Like when Team Canada stole Ecuador's parachutes.
Or when Team Iceland sawed the landing gear off Korea's planes.
Or when Portugal put rat poison in Team Mugshot's coffee machine. Yes, that was also very funny, but no more. You know the rules. No one, absolutely no one, is to leave the hotel after sunset. If my guards catch you outside, you will be beaten to within an inch of your life. No exceptions. This will be a fair competition.
Same as last year and the year before. I've got the scars to prove it.
I bid you all an exuberant and exaggerated farewell, pilots. Tonight, sleep like geese. And tomorrow, soar like eagles, eh? What? Ha ha!
They don't lock the front door to the hotel. This isn't a jail. But you heard the Baron. Once outside, things will get dangerous.
So it turns out there is a way to exit the hotel. But, it's like Belly said, once we get outside, things are gonna get a little dangerous. I wonder if Mugshot is still on the balcony. I don't see him around here. Maybe he despawned after that cutscene ended. Yeah, I don't see him around here anymore. It was a really huge surprise to see Mugshot back. For those of you who don't know anything about the Cooperverse too much, back in Sly 1, Mugshot was part of a gang called the Fiendish Five, which is the very same gang that ended up killing Sly's father, which does end up getting bring up from time to time when, I guess Sly goes through like its little rundown in the introduction of these games. Also, you can't interact with Dimitri anymore. As much as you want to, there's no way to do anything else with them. You just gotta wait until you see him again at a later time. I also like the look of Sly's outfit. This is the only gadget, well, not gadget, this is the only disguise in the game you cannot use as a gadget. Even if you go to your gadget grid, which I actually can't, I'm hitting select and it's not popping up. But even if you could, you cannot use this disguise as a gadget at all. It's only locked to this this job, and this is a job. It actually has a name. If you go select it in the job replay menu, it's called Hidden Flight Roster. And the reason why I like Sly's outfit is because that's Sly's flight capabilities. As we heard from Belly, he is an experienced pilot, and this does harken back to Sly's ancestry a little bit. In the first game, one of the Coopers that you do learn about when collecting pages of the Thieves Raccoonus is, I believe his name is Otto von Cooper.
Careful, partner. The Baron's got plenty of guards on duty, and it's a long way up to his castle on the hill.
He wasn't like an experienced thief, as you will learn throughout the games as you progress through the series, but he was an experienced pilot and mechanic. It's how the Cooper gang were able to create all those temporary upgrades to the Cooper van whenever they were going to face Clockwork back at the end of Sly 1. So it does make sense that since Otto von Cooper is listed in the Thieves Raccoonus as an official member of the Cooper ancestry, that Sly himself would have learned something from Otto von at some point in the Thieves Raccoonus, and probably took up some flight, I guess, expertise from Otto von Cooper's section of the Thieves Raccoonus, and not just using that as a means to upgrade the Cooper van at the time. I think it's a pretty cool touch, and pretty sure that outfit we saw back in the hotel was kind of like a reference to Autobot's design if you saw how his design looked back in slide 1 on the Thieves Raccoonus page. I know I went to a little bit of a tangent there, but I just really like how they go a little in-depth into the Cooper ancestry at times. It's pretty fascinating stuff if you ask me, for like world building and as well as constructing on the lore and the importance of how the Cooper lineage is, especially the Sly, since that is a bit of a major part of his character.
I won't be able to get inside the Baron's hangar with that drawbridge up. There should be a release lever on top of the castle somewhere. Sorry, pal, but you're the best climber we got.
The competition starts tomorrow. Where are all my guards? Sleep? Watching TV? I bother paying them at all if they're going to lounge about like common tourists.
Okay, so now we gotta scale the Baron's castle to the very top to see if we can get into his hangar. So just gotta do a little bit of climbing before we get to that part though. Nothing too bad if you've made it this far in the game. I mean, if you still have trouble, I kinda don't blame you. Some of the tricks are a little tough to execute, especially trying to chain it together like with climbing to wall, sidling. That can be a little tricky at times and a little buggy to deal with. But it's nothing too troublesome if you made it this far. If you're still having trouble, as I end up falling into the water, if you're still having trouble with that kind of stuff, then you might need a little more practice.
I tell you, Christoph, the Aces pilots get better and better. We've got some real competition on our hands this year. Oh, I'm not saying it's too much for Team Black Baron. No. We've done a fine job training. Our pilots are in tip-top condition, the best lot without question, truly. I'm not just saying this, truly. This is going to be our finest victory ever. Yes, tomorrow we'll witness some legendary dogfighting. Provided the other teams don't sabotage each other. When will they learn?
A little tidbit about the Black Baron himself. He's actually based off of history. At least his
Who goes there?
name was. I didn't think the Baron would see me there. I thought for sure I was in the clear that. I was gonna mention that the Baron can spot you if you end up sidling at the wrong time of the windows, but that's never happened to me before. I did end up getting caught once, but that was purely on purpose to see if he had anything to say if he did see me. But other than that, I've never been caught by accident like that before. Well, that's another first for me that I can't live down because I got that recorded. Well, that's just great. That's just great. There goes another little streak I had that's broken.
I tell you, Christoph, the Aces
It's gonna say the same thing again if you listen to him long enough at these windows.
on our hands this year.
Just gotta make sure, wait till he's turned around, and then I'll go.
We've done a fine job training.
I couldn't see him from this angle. I probably should have moved the camera to get a bit of a better vantage point if I was worried about it, but I wasn't at all. Now, as I was saying, the Black Bear's name comes from a pilot that used to fight for Germany in World War II that actually had the same name, the Black Baron. The character itself could be based off of a more famous pilot from World War I called the Red Baron.
Sly! Hey, Sly! Sly, are you up there?
Nope, sorry. Just us Black Baron goons.
Throw the switch and lower the drawbridge so that I can get up there.
Sorry, pal. I don't see any switch.
But there just has to be a switch. I can't get in the Baron's hangar from down here.
Hold on. I got an idea. It's gonna fall.
Medieval, but effective. Thanks, pal.
Sure thing. See you back at the safe house.
And now we switch things off to Bentley, as well he's the only one on the team that's smart enough to do some art decryption ability, as we saw back in Venice. So he does have some experience in that, which is better than saying for anyone like Sly. I mean, Sly is not that well versed in this kind of security, as we heard him back in Italy when those two were talking about this kind of security during, I think it was guard duty.
If Dimitri's intel is accurate, the flight roster should be locked behind one of the paintings in this hangar.
Attention, castle staff. We've got a big day tomorrow in the first round of the Aces competition. Just 12 hours away. You've all got a superlative film preparing for the event, and this year promises to be the best dogfighting action we've ever seen. However, cannot stress enough that I must win. You've all been hired to help me achieve victory. If in fact the unthinkable happens and Team Black Baron loses, I'm going to dismiss the lot of you and start cleaning the new staff. Am I making myself clear? Leave nothing to chance. No outsider is to enter the cup. No one is to go near our planes. If we lose, if I lose, I'm going to take it out on all of you. Anyhow, have a pleasant evening and let's have fun tomorrow. What?
You have to go through both of these art decryption locks in order to get to the Baron's blueprints for the hidden flight roster. So no matter which order you go to with these paintings, you have to decrypt both of them. And I never noticed the code was down here before. I always noticed that it's up on the mountain. It's pretty big and obvious to see. But I actually never seen it down here in the bushes either. And neither of these paintings are references to any of the past levels in past games. As far as I'm aware, they could be. I mean, this one might be from Slide 2, I think? I know the first one was from one of the Indian levels, the Indian Ruins level. I know that for a fact. That might be where the other one is. That or the Swamp level from Slide 1. I'm not too sure. Let's just get this safe open. And finally secure the Aces team roster. And that's the end of the job at long last.
Okay, fellas. According to the Aces flight lineup, we'll be flying against Team Iceland and Team Belgium in tomorrow's semi-final round. As you're all aware, we've only got a single plane, while our opponents will be flying 15 apiece. You got that, guys? That's 30-to-1 odds against us. In order to give us a fighting chance, we'll need to pit these two teams against each other. First, Murray and Sly will paddle through the sewers beneath town to get access to an air vent leading into Team Iceland's hotel room. Steal one of their trademark Viking helmets, then head over to Team Belgium's hangar. Vandalize one of their aircraft, then plant the helmet in order to frame Team Iceland for the damage. Next, Murray and I will steal one of Team Belgium's monogrammed handkerchiefs. Meanwhile, the Guru will break into the Team Iceland supply truck carrying their lucky ice sculpture. Sly will steal the art and then place the handkerchief insinuating Team Belgium for the crime. Get it? We frame both teams so they'll be gunning for each other and not Sly in the semi-finals. All the while, I'll be setting up defenses around the Team Cooper air hangar. You never know when one of the other teams might come looking to do us some harm.
A devious plan from Bentley, but I like it all the same. Our objective is to pit Iceland and Belgium against each other, improving our odds when the Aces semifinals does occur. So we got a lot of things to take care of before the semifinals do commence. So next time, we're gonna, I believe, switch things off to Murray, as we'll begin to frame the teams into thinking that they did some mischief to each other, thus creating some bad blood between the two for the Aces semifinals. Until we meet again, farewell for now.